Hey everyone, it's Rob at Mr. Robot Shop. Today I want to show you what's called a Memorex or Tandy VIS, which stood for Video Information System. This was made and sold back in the 1990s. It was about the time that multimedia computers had come out, and I think these sold originally for right around $600, so they were very expensive. And I've got some of the games here. Most of them are educational. I shouldn't really say games. Most of them are just education type titles. And when I worked at Radio Shack in Woodland Mall in Michigan, Grand Rapids, we did sell a few of them. However, most of the titles ran about $60 as well. So, and there were, I think maybe one or two games, but again, most of them were just like education type things, and so it was actually kind of a turnoff. There's the price on one. So again, paying $60 for one title when it's not a game is kind of challenging to talk a parent into, because a lot of kids wanted the game systems at the time. Excuse me. A lot of, like I said, the titles just weren't very exciting, so when you were selling them, it was kind of hard to get excited about it. I think, I can't remember that there was actually one game on there that was okay, but the other issue with the system is it didn't use an RF controller, it uses an infrared controller. So that means that you can't have anything blocking the line of sight between the controller and the unit. And I went ahead and loaded, it's called My Paint. I loaded that disc in. And if you notice, you can go left and right. Oops, this controller's a little flaky. Okay, so see, even I gotta be this close. If I have a weird angle, sorry about this. If I have a weird angle, the controller won't do anything. But the controls were very slow and sluggish, so if you were playing any kind of game, it was next to impossible to actually play, because the controls were so slow that you ended up, dying or whatever. So I think it was a neat type of idea. However, the execution of the system just didn't really pan out too well. So anyways, I'm gonna see if I can start My Paint here again. Okay, here, it's hard to hold this camera and do this at the same time. I may not be able to do it. I need to get some tripod or something probably. Hold on, I'm gonna put this down and try to just draw something real quick. Okay, so I just drew a little yellow line on the screen, and obviously you can go over here. Oops, again. Gotta have the, alright. I don't think it would, anyways. It's just, it kind of sucks, okay? So anyways, that's that one, called My Paint. And I don't even think you could hook a printer or anything up. I mean, there's no ports on the back to actually do anything. So, you got your auxiliary in, which I don't know what that is, antenna in, and two TVs, so that's just a pass-through. You got your audio video out and S-video out. There's some type of expansion port slot up here. I'm not sure what that would be for. However, back in the day, I don't remember any peripherals that you could actually purchase other than just the media titles and then the extra controllers. So if there were any other devices available, I don't remember seeing it. So I'm gonna load in this is called Our House. It's got that little kid from Family Circus. I think the most popular title was one called like Grandma and Me or something like that. And you'd walk around the town. There's your Splash logo there. You'd walk around the town and open mailboxes and touch birds and stuff like that. It was just kind of a kiddie game. So again, paying $600 for something like that is just not easy to sell. So it's got some put your world. I couldn't even read it that quick.
Every now and then, remember what the world felt like when you were small. And looking down at them, I see it hasn't changed at all. So while they're standing beside you, won't you tell them the score? Won't you tell them the story of the days in the way back when?
So I'm going to turn this down a second here.
Now and then.
Now, playing this does bring back a memory about how back in the day, video games outside of the multimedia realm were very static and just, you know, they didn't have any video, right? I mean, if it was kind of like computer animated, but it was very poor graphics at the time. I will say the video information system and the multimedia PCs that were coming out in that era, they had media clips that they had recorded, and they were able to do that because before everything came on floppy disk, and on a floppy disk, you know, you got 1.4 meg of data available. You need 1 million disks to store any kind of video. Once a CD-ROM drives hit the market, they were actually able to store videos and short movie clips and that type of thing, because you've got 700 meg roughly to work with. So I guess from that point of view, it was kind of a, you know, I don't say ahead of its time, it was at its time, but compared to what we were used to seeing on computers and video games, that was kind of cool from that aspect. But that was about it. So anyways, I think I paid about $150 for this on eBay quite some time ago. Would I recommend buying one? Probably not. This is pretty much something that's just sits up in my museum. There's really no reason to use it because it's really not that fun. I wanted to try to find a compact disc and see if it actually could play a music disc. Let me see if I got one floating around here somewhere. I don't know. I think this might be a DVD. Yeah, hold on a second. Can't tell. Yep, DVD. You know, these discs nowadays, you can't even read what's on the disc title because they make them so small. Either that or my eyesight's just getting worse. But anyways, here's a Mozart. I think this is a CD, so we'll actually see if it can play just a music disc. Obviously, you don't want to spend, you know, $100 to $200 excuse me, on a music disc player, because, you know, that's not worth it. It looks like it's doing it. So yes, you can play CDs with it. Hold on a sec here. Oop, it started playing automatically, I believe. Let's turn it up a little bit. So anyways, you could use it as a CD player. And I guess I'll say this, I mean, back in the day, CD players used to cost, you know, about $200, maybe $300. So I guess you could sell this, or it could have been sold as, you know, an entertainment device for the family, as well as a CD player, because, you know, CDs were popular back then. So I guess that kind of would offset, you know, or help justify the cost of the actual machine. So, but like I said, if you find one and it's working and it's inexpensive, I would say go ahead and purchase it. But if it's you know, $200-300 and you want one just to have it for fun, I would steer clear of it. But it's a unique device. You don't find too many of them. And I think when I bought it, I got all the titles. I actually have about 4 or 5 more upstairs. I can only grab those in my hand without dropping the rest. So, and the remotes take 4 AAA batteries inside. This remote, actually somebody left one of the batteries in there, so there was some corrosion, but I was able to just take a little flathead screwdriver and kind of scrape away the corrosion on it. So always remember to, if you have any device that you're not going to use for a while, take the batteries out, because from my experience, all batteries when left in anything will leak at some point in time. So that essentially will destroy circuit boards, it will destroy contacts. I mean, the acid in there just literally eats it. So this controller here didn't have any corrosion. So, but remember, keep those batteries out. And then one last thing, there's a little save it cartridge in here. I guess I can pull it out when it's running. We'll see what happens. So it's actually pretty good size. I'd have to look that up. It's probably some little flash memory device. I can't imagine it'd be very big, because back then flash memory was extremely small. It was pretty rare. Headphone jack, microphone jack, low volume control, and that's again probably for the headphones. So anyways, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for thanks for watching. Subscribe, thumbs up. You guys have a good day. Take care. It's early in the morning. Should be Friday. I want to go home. See ya. Bye.